Right, good evening guys. This little video here is about the different bags I use. I've got 3 in total. Obviously there's loads and loads and loads out there for sale for different people's needs and everything. And I've done a review about this one quite a while now and it's still going strong. The only bit of wear I've got after sort of 4 and a bit years is on the handle. Sort of like the fake leather kind of grip or whatever. It's just worn away, but the actual material itself underneath is absolutely funny. So yeah, this is it's called the Nova 140 AW. There you go, by Low Pro. And this is the one I primarily use for the RX-10 if I'm going out and about just for the day. It's a bag that's got plenty of room for the RX-10 on its own. I can get the A7R4 in there as well, with like a prime lens on there, 50mm, 35mm. It's got plenty of adjustability in there. You've got some Velcro bits in there. You know, I keep a cloth in there and stuff like that. You've got memory card slots or whatever as well. You've got a pouch up the top here, which is big enough to put some money in, maybe a couple of other bits. You've got both sides elasticated net, which is good for like a bottle of water or whatever. You've also got a belt loops as well, so you could put it on your belt or clip it to another bag if you have got another bag to put it on. Obviously go on a holiday or something like that and you just want to keep it all together. It's pretty basic. You've also got a front pouch as well, which is pretty usable. You've got like storage for batteries and other things. I mean, I'll keep bits and pieces in there, which is really good. Other than that, it's a great bag. I think it was about £50 all in. There's probably a newer version of this. I don't know what it's called now, but it's probably still the 140, like maybe the AW2 or something. They quite often just update them every few years. So this bag's been going, let's say, it's seen a lot of weather and everything. It has got a pouch, which is underneath here, which you can pull out. It's basically a dust water cover, which basically gives you a nice waterproof and dust-free environment to keep the bag dry. That's what the AW stands for, all weather. These come off if you want to. Other than that, really good bag. Like I say, I use it for just small day outs. You know, if I don't want to take everything with me and I just want to take the RX-10 or just a prime lens with me, whatever, with the A7R4. The other bag, this one's quite old now. This is called the Flipside 300. And as you can see, it's well used. It's got a tripod holder on it, so you can literally put your two legs of your tripod in here and then grip it halfway up with that and it just sits on the back. It's got a side pouch which has got memory card slots in, and basically netting there so you can put things in there, business cards, or that's what I've got in there, spare batteries and things like that. Works really well. This bag, like I say, is probably about at least 5 or 6 years old, and I've actually had to make some repairs on it. You can see here some carbon fibre vinyl and a glue gun, because basically what that was doing was wearing against my belt buckles and things like that on the back of my back, and it was just rubbing away at the material, so it basically wore it through. But I don't like to waste things, you know. If things are still going strong, I probably did that 2 years ago. So, you know, unfortunately the little loops came away, but all I've done on the zip is actually just put a couple of keyring loops on. It actually works better than it did before. Inside, I have my bag's quite basic because I don't generally take too much with me, but you do get all the extra Velcro bits and bobs as well. But basically I've got enough space for a camera, the 100 or 400 in there, and I can get the RX-10 in there as well, or a couple of other lenses and whatnot in there as well. This the same as the other camera's got a netting on one side. No, it's only got one side, which you can get a couple of bottles of water in. What else does it do? You have got another pouchy bit there as well. This bag, like I say, it's been through the wars. It's not the AW version, it's not the all-weather. But saying that, I've never ever got it wet inside. So it's done pretty well. It's got some quite good lips here. And this is obviously up against your back. So when it's on your back like that, I prefer these bags. One, you're less likely to get anything stolen out off your bag, anything major anyway, because it's up against your back, so it's very difficult to get in your bag without you realising. And obviously when you put it down on the ground, your straps aren't in the mud completely. You know, you can hold them up. You can also, if you have the belt loop on, she's actually got a belt loop as well, attachment, you can actually swing it round on your waist and actually hold it off you like that, and actually change or get camera bits out, spin it round and then put it back up on your back again. So this, I think, was about 135, I'm guessing. I can't remember, it was a long time ago. There probably is a new version of this one. Like I say, it's called the Flipside 300. If you can see that, just about. Yeah, a really good bag. I thought it was absolutely perfect. I thought it was the best bag I'd ever owned until I recently got this thing. This is an absolute beast. Probably the best bag I've ever owned. And this is called the Whistler BP 450 AW. So it's quite big, as you can see, because it hardly fits in front of the camera. This thing is an absolute monster. But even though it's bigger than the other bag, and actually heavier due to its construction build, and it's like a tank, once it's on your back and you've got all you've got airflow through here and stuff like that, on a hot summer's day, that's going to be quite nice. But I haven't used it in the summer yet. The airflow is going to be lovely, because you get a very sweaty back. If anybody's ever suffered from that due to a very insulated bag on your back, this is a winner. This thing is the top. I think I'd say it's top of the range bag. The build quality is amazing. Even the zips are just much beefier. Whistler being obviously a mountain range, or a mountain, this has some things in it that I had to look up and go, why does it do that? It's really strange. Well, it's got drainage holes in certain bits, and it's fully lined and everything like that, and also it's heavily armoured as well. So it's very solid. Basically, when you go in, like I say, you lift up and you've got pouches, like so, here and there. Apparently you can get a laptop in here as well. You've got bits for your, you can see there, bits for your memory cards and whatnot. Another pouch there, just quite a nice big, you know, but thin, obviously ideal for paperwork and things like that. You can put in there. Obviously, like model release forms would be handy. You can get in there quite easily the Sony A7R4A there with the 100-400 G Master, still with the lens hood on. You could get the 200-600, which I could get in the other bag actually, but the other bag I'd have to decide when I had the 200-600 if I was going to take any other lenses out with me, because it took up the whole bag basically, because it's much bigger. If I take that out, you can have a quick look. I've taken out quite a bit. There's, you get loads of these pouches and stuff like that. These are really cool because they're literally a pouch that's velcroed. So I keep my HDMI screen in there, and then in this one I keep my cables and stuff for the HDMI cable, HDMI screen and stuff like that. So I've got it set up so basically I can have another lens and the camera, or a couple of lenses, or the RX10 Mark IV in there. And then down here, flash guns, whatever you want basically you can squeeze in. It's really quite good. You also have this extra cover, and I was trying to work out what this was for. I didn't understand what it's for, but basically you put your camera in first. This is what I think it is, and then you zip that up, and then you can lay a laptop in there, and then when you shut it up, they're separated. But also it's quite good actually. I've used it a couple of times where it's a really windy day. I zip whichever side I want to zip up, and then it gives me a bit of a wind protector, so I can actually change my lenses in, you know, in undercover kind of thing. So that's really handy. But most of the time I just don't use it, and I just fold it down and put it out of the way down the bottom in here, and it doesn't take up any room. It almost gives a bit of extra cushioning for a lens anyway. So that's really cool. Let's just zip that up a second. Obviously really nice beefy straps. You have got a full size waist strap here, which is fully adjustable, as are the shoulder straps as well. You've got loads of adjustability on them. You can pull them up and down. You can hoik the bag up on top of you a bit better. It's, yeah, really nice. You've also got a clip that pulls it across your chest, and you can click it in, so it's not going anywhere. So when I turn it over, you've actually got here a big pouch at the top, which I keep my air blower in, cloths, spare batteries and stuff like that in there. Really good. When you come around this side, you can see the 2 yellow bands. And I was thinking, what? Okay, they must be for putting tripod on or whatever, which you can, if you want to, or whatever, how you want to use it. This is actually designed for a snowboard, and actually a snowboard will clip on there, a full-size snowboard. So that's quite cool. And then when you go into the next bit, if I can open it, there you go. You've actually got, from the lips, where are they? Because I did wonder, these are fully aluminium bits here. They're proper tough, you know. You can unzip this bit, which I looked in there and I thought, that's like rubber. It's like fully kitted out, like hard rubber. And then you've got a netted pocket there. And then inside, which you won't be able to see, there's actually 2 drainage holes at the bottom. And I was thinking, what the hell's this for? And then there's this funny thing here, which you can slide stuff in. But then it comes out the bottom. And I was thinking, oh, I don't understand. And then you've got these ribby bits here, and it's all a bit strange. And then you've got like hooks and things here. It's like a thing like that. And I was thinking, right, I need to look online about this because I don't really know what that's for. And then you've got all these extra strappy bits here as well. I'm thinking, right, okay. And you've got loads of extra accessories and stuff with the bag. And then obviously you've got more bits here as well. You've got another pouch on this side, which is fully covered. But that first top bag there, sorry, this portion here, which you also have another zip, you can actually double its size as well, is actually designed for your snow shovel and tools and things like that you might need if you're on the mountain. Obviously, it's not the kind of thing I might need, but it's quite interesting that they've actually put that in there. So this bag's way overkill. I actually bought this from a friend who'd bought it, and he does a lot of things like mountain biking and stuff like that. And he wanted to get back into photography, and he unfortunately has kind of given it up because he just doesn't have time. So, you know, I got this at an absolute bargain, really. And it's an expensive bag, really expensive bag. I think it's around about 300 quid, maybe more, retail anyway. Yeah, so, but when you get it on your back, it's such a comfortable bag to wear. I couldn't believe it, actually, the first time, because you pick it up and you think, blimey, this is, so let's go back on. Really, like, overkill. It's like really beefy. It's highly rigid. I shall actually show you this again. I'll turn it back over. And if you check out Wes Perry's YouTube channel, he actually did a thing about bags a little while ago, and he was talking about that most bags are actually quite squishy. And they don't really have any protection. You know, if you drop it from a height or if you run over it in a car or something, how much protection have you got? Well, this thing is solid. Both sides, you've got a skeleton all the way around. So your camera is actually pretty well, even down the bottom, you've got a solid, you know, encasement. In fact, you've actually got extra sort of storage sides in this bag. But he was talking about, obviously, you know, I think he accidentally drove over one of his bags. Luckily, it didn't do that much damage, but it's something I thought about. I thought, actually, he's completely right. And he's actually slid in a piece of carbon fibre sheet, which obviously braces the bag nicely, giving it a lot more strength. And I thought, wow, that's a really good idea. And I've actually got a couple of bits of carbon fibre laying around, actually, that I've used over the years for bits and pieces. And I thought, anyway, I opened this bag, and it was just a real surprise that it's solid. So, yeah, having a bag like this that's full on hardcore, it's, yeah, really cool. And I'd say it's the most comfortable bag I've ever worn on my back. Yet to see what it's like in the summer, like I say, with these airflow pieces, as you can see, like there, it just allows airflow to go through. It's just so comfortable on my back. I couldn't believe it, actually. Really pleased on how that works. So I just thought I'd show you the bags that I use. Obviously, I haven't tested any other bags. These are the only ones I've purchased and used. So, and I still use all three. So if I'm going out and I'm only going to go with the RX10, for example, I will take the small bag. And obviously, I will take the other bag, the medium-sized one, for, you know, maybe just out for the day as well. You know, if I'm going to do a small job or something like that, and I don't need everything with me. But if I need more kit with me, and I'm going to take both cameras with me or multiple lenses or whatever. And it's also probably got enough space in it on the front side, which obviously I'm not going to use it in the snow very much, or the ice or anything like that. Probably enough, I could probably get a couple of days worth of clothing in here. So you literally could, just with this bag, take quite a bit of camera kit with you and, you know, get away and not actually have to worry about anything else. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys what I've got. And like I say, if you've got the money and you want the best bag out there, probably, I mean, obviously I haven't tested anything, but my personal opinion, this is the best bag I've owned and used, and how comfortable it is. I think it's well worth the money. Obviously it's quite expensive, but it shows in the build quality what it's like. And you know, I think personally it's going to protect your gear really well. Obviously it has got somewhere, it's the all-weather one, so it has got a massive cover that goes over the whole bag and ties down on it as well. So it's, yeah, it's really, really good. So yeah, really impressed with it. I just thought I'd show you guys, like I said, what I use and how I use them. Any questions about each bag, feel free. But I think the other two, like I say, the Flipside 300 and the 140 all-weather have now been superseded. This is still quite, I think, in use. Is it number 2? I think it's the all-weather 2, can't really see. But yeah, it's well worth, I think, if you've got the cash, and especially if you're going into extreme weather quite a bit. I think this is one of the bags that would probably be well worth looking into, maybe trying out and, you know, testing it and for yourself, if you can get, you know, use of one or try one in a shop or something like that. Definitely put it on your back and see how comfortable it is. It feels heavy, but when you put it on your back, it's like, actually, this is really cool. So anyway, don't forget to click the subscribe button, little notification bell as well, and I shall see you soon.